What's up, the squad? Back with another video, y'all. See, and the title is going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. It is going to be the only video tonight that is dropped. You know, I got my mom over and my sister and my brother, both of my sisters and my brother, my little brother, made them a seafood boil, some salmon and stuff like that. So, you know, gonna have a cool movie night tonight. Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in my channel, my girl Chris TV channel, and my daughter, you know, our daughter Rennie Rain's channel. Her channel is Chris TV. It's in the description box down below or on the homepage. And our daughter's channel is Rennie Rain. It's on the description box down below or on our homepage. No, both of our homepages. So if y'all click on our channel, and people are having trouble finding, you know what I'm talking about. You just click home, and if you scroll all the way down, you'll see it. It's right there.
Talk about diversity. Is it caring for people's different experiences and making sure no one's mistreated because of them, which I will always fight for? Or is it making people sit through a training that looks like something out of Portlandia, which I have also experienced, and it is how Trump Republicans are made, if that comes to your workplace with the best of intentions, but doesn't actually get at what actually matters here, what's actually at stake.
So do you agree with him that DEI initiatives drove voters to Trump? And what else can be done to make sure everyone is represented on an even playing field?
You know what I think,
What do you think, Sonny?
I like Pete, of course, but I think he got that so wrong, and I think it was so tone deaf, considering
Which
what's
part?
going on. All of it. I thought all of it was tone deaf, because what happens is from 1776.
Sonny's problem is that when somebody says something, no matter, you know, wrong or right, or they feel some type of way, or if it's just something, you know, a little right about the situation or a little wrong, Sonny is always going to go against it. She's always going to go against it just because of the person that she is. And she always talk about, and that's the thing. She always talk about how, you know, Trump wants a reaction out of thing, or Trump supporters want a reaction, and they do this and they do that. Sonny wants a reaction. You know, it's just a little stuff that she says, the things that she do. People, you know, she wants the audience to clap for her. She wants, you know, and it's bad enough. You know what I mean? When you have people like that, when you want somebody to cheer for you, or you want somebody, she's that type of person. You know what I mean? Sonny is a hateful, negative person, and that's why she said what she said. What
happens is from 1776 to 1965, you have basically white men in charge of everything, right? Women, people of color, we're left out of just equality.
Okay, two things. The first thing is, how in the world is she going to say, you know, what kills me about it is that everything that comes out of her mouth, I don't care what nobody say, bro. So don't tell me any different for the people that's always negative in my comments, saying that, you know, they love Sunny Hostin and Sunny Hostin is this and the view it gives out. No, they don't. I honestly don't see how people go to the View for information. That's my first thing. When Sunny always brings up race. She loves bringing in color to anything. When it comes to, she loves to bring in color, and it's absolutely crazy. One thing about it is that Sunny always throws herself into the equation when it comes to when people of color, we people of color are. How are you putting yourself into that? You know what I mean? And first of all, she's a millionaire. I want to start off by saying that for the people that don't know. People that obviously is ignoring the fact and in denial of the fact that she's a millionaire. So when she says things like this,
men in charge of everything, right? Women, people of color, we're left out of.
She said we're left out. We're left out. She always does this when it comes to every single thing that comes across. She always talking about people of color. We're left out of this, and we need this, and we need that. Sunny, I keep on telling people, Sunny probably don't even go shopping on her. Like she probably don't go shopping on her own. You know what I mean? Got bodyguards, got people that go shopping for her. She probably don't even go to the grocery store. I guarantee I'll look up Sunny going to the grocery. You're probably not gonna find nothing. You know what I mean? You're not going to find those things, but she always put herself in the equation like she's, as she says, a person of color that's struggling or a person of color that's going through things and can't get a job or don't have a career or, you know, got laid off or come on with that, bro. I don't understand
equality of opportunity,
Yes,
that sort of
right.
thing. And I think when that equality starts popping up in terms of diversity program, equality now feels like oppression to those people who were at the top of the ladder, not necessarily because of their merit, but because of their identity, right? And so in my view, when you look at the stats, it is really clear from McKinsey, actually, a consulting firm that Pete used to work for.
Hey, and for the people that's new to like watching The View, you know, I always have a lot of new people that's, you know, tuning in to my channel and stuff like that. If Sonny ever mentions stats, it's the wrong stats. We've been over this plenty times before. Anything she says when it comes to stats, just looking up on your own, 99.9% of the time, she's wrong about the stats. And she takes her own stats and says it live on TV. Just to let y'all know.
That firm found that companies with more diversity financially and socially outperform those that are less diverse. So the business case for diversity, equity, and inclusion, it makes sense. And I think we can all agree that we want our workforce to reflect what our world looks like.
I think he does too, though, don't you?
No, I think he does.
But that's kind of wild, and I can tell just by Alyssa how Alyssa's, you know, I kind of read body language, you know, and how she's looking and how she's putting her fingers together and tapping her fingers, because when it comes down to it, I live somewhere and grew up plenty of places where it, you know, people say that it's not enough, you know, of this color, if it's not enough of that and this. Everywhere I go, bro, we live in Indianapolis. Everywhere I go, it's diverse. When it comes to these things, like, I don't know. One thing about it, as long as Sonny keep on putting it out to people, you know, that, you know, about race and color needs to be here, color needs to be there, there's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. You know, she's steady putting in people's heads, you know, about it being a problem. And, you know, we have to have color here, and we have to, I think, and I know for sure, it can be a place where it's a lot. I'm talking about it can be completely full of, you know, Hispanics, black Americans. It can be full. Sonny's still gonna have something to say. That places need to be diverse. I don't know. It's one of those things to where she's so negative and so, you know, sickening. Anything that you do, anything that you say, just like, you know, the things that Trump's been doing, she's gonna have a problem with it. I mean, regardless, because that's just the person she is.
But my question, really, I think we need to reframe the discussion. If the problem is these programs, what is the solution? What should we just then depend on the benevolence of Elon Musk and white billionaires to hire women and people of color?
No.
Should we just depend on corporations to, on their own, make the workforce more diverse? They didn't do it from 1776 to 1965.
Right.
Why do we think it's going to be any different?
I think you hit on something important, which I genuinely believe most Americans, and I think everyone at this table, thinks that workforces, organizations are stronger when there's diversity and representation. What he's getting at, I think, is how do you actually achieve that? And I think that in this era, there's been almost this DEI industrial complex. And it's funny you mentioned McKinsey, because a lot of consultants get hired by big corporations to make people feel really good that they're achieving diversity, because they put on a seminar, because you watch something, because you said Latinx instead of Latina. And I don't know that there's actually huge metrics I've tried to find, because you can cherry pick and you can see them, that is actually working. What I would love to see is culturally people wanting to have diversity that's across the board, socioeconomic, racial, that people's lived experience, their religion, so that workforces do look like America. I think that's
Bro, y'all want me to tell y'all what I think? I think people need to stop looking at color all the time and look at, you know, what is the word that I'm trying to look for, and then look at more so of how a person is working. Are they qualified enough for this job? Or is this person, you know, you know, are they best for this job? I feel like doing all when it comes to all this color stuff and because that person is black or because that person is white or because that person, you know, and one thing about it, they sit there and they talk about, you know, when it comes to what am I trying to say? When you're having a black owned business, I didn't heard from my, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. I didn't heard this. Trust me, I'm I'm black, bro. Black family. I didn't heard it before. You know, no white person can't work. You know what I'm saying? This is a black owned. You know what I'm saying? I didn't heard stuff like that. And then when you have that, that's the things that bother me too. You know what I mean? It bothered me from somebody black, you know, and obviously any other color, you know, if you been just that R word. I mean, because I just don't like it. But as long as people keep on talking about it, as long as people keep on trying to force things like they are, this is not doing nothing but forcing things. It's forcing things, you know, even talking about it, you know, and doing, you know what I mean? The simple fact that Sonny is sitting there talking about how it needs to be diverse people. What did she say? White billionaires or something. She said white billionaires hire black, like stuff like that. When people get that stuff in their head, you know, people that's at home that's watching, you know, audience that's all there is going to be. You know, it's all unless, you know, you have, and I don't understand how the view is on here, you know, but these are like, this is the main problem, you know, this show right here. I'm not even gonna lie. When it comes to stuff like this, you know, and it's sad. And believe it or not, there's people that watch this show. There's people that literally love this show and listen to these women. And as long as this show is going to be on, you know what I mean, and they keep on talking the way that they are, you're going to have that. And it's sad. I'm telling you.
Perfectly reasonable place. And I think that's what he was saying. I don't think he's saying that we need to end any programs that include more people.
I'm going to take this from a different angle because, okay, so Pete Buttigieg here was at the Institute of Politics, which is run by David Axelrod, our colleague and friend, respected political strategist, and he was responding, Pete Buttigieg, to a question by Axelrod, basically saying that the DNC had turned into a caricature of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Here's the part that is vexing me constantly. It seems to me every time I turn on the TV or go on social media, I see Democrats tarring and feathering themselves, self-flagellating themselves, talking about all the things that they do wrong and that they did wrong. And look, I think there's a place for that, but we've now had a month of Donald Trump, and I don't understand why every Democratic strategist, elder, sage person with a platform isn't out there laser focused on getting the American public to understand the horrible suffering and cruelty that Donald Trump has brought onto the American people.
Well, I want to jump in.
They're laser focused that they did wrong. And look, I think there's a place for that, but we've now had a month of Donald Trump, and I don't understand why every Democratic strategist, elder, sage person with a platform isn't out there laser focused on getting the American public to understand the horrible suffering and cruelty that Donald Trump has brought onto the American people.
That's the thing. That's what for her to be a host on A View, she's not even thinking. She's not thinking and she's not making sense. Like that makes no sense at all. Like think about it. You got so many Democrats that's literally sitting there talking about Trump this, Trump that, Trump, and she knows that they sit there and do it on A View. They're literally saying everything about Trump, what Trump is doing wrong. They just had Jasmine Crockett on their show. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. They know what they're doing. They obviously know what they're talking about. My problem is that when you sit there and you constantly talk about and bash Trump and get people all riled up and scared, what is that doing for the Democratic Party? That's not doing nothing. It's absolutely, and it's not doing nothing to the simple fact. A lot of people that was Democrats, they even said, I didn't see so many Democrats that actually now is no longer Democrat and supports Trump because of this situation right here. What she just said, you know, trying to get people fired up, trying to, you know, turn people away you know, from what's going on in the real and trying to scare people. This is the problem right here. They do it on this show all day. Sad, bro.
I'm going to jump in here because the David Axelrod conversation you're talking about was in reference to the DNC winter meeting that happened over a few days. And I just want to show a quick clip of what went down.
You fight on, when your government is doing you wrong.
You may vote for 2 males, 2 females, 2 of any gender, okay? Nope, you can't do that because we've got to balance. You could vote for 1 of any gender, okay? Or no, non-binary gender, excuse me.
So I
what
think
about it?
what he's referring to is they're losing sight of the spirit of what DEI was by doing this in this fashion. And while people are reacting because of the times we live in, it's so politically charged, so many people are so frustrated that people are pushing back on DEI that they're not taking a minute to pause that maybe DEI itself needed improvements in its actual application. We're seeing a lot of things. One was New York Times staged fake interviews with diverse candidates. Wells Fargo, the New York Times reported it. Sorry, just to be clear. A woman or a person of color, after the position had been filled, to check off their boxes of minority inclusion. That's not helping anyone. So a lot of the problem is that,
That implies
Lily
that the woman
Zhang
wasn't qualified for the job.
there was no job. But Lily Zhang, who wrote for Harvard Business Review, reputable place, she's a critic. She says she's a DEI strategist and consultant. And one of the things she said is, DEI was never focused on the results. It was just the commitment to the results. So companies would hide under this idea of we're so progressive with not a lot of benefits or not always benefits to the people they claim to be helping. So some of the ways you change it, Sonny, you've been asking all day, what are the things?
What's the solution?
So she has solutions. She's saying focus on measurable results like pay equity, physical and psychological safety, holding network events, blind hiring. There are a lot of things that you can
Blind hiring, that makes sense.
Right.
But
the
isn't
point
that
is,
kind of merit-based? Isn't that the whole argument that DEI is against?
well,
is
she
merit-based?
dug in because she studied, she's a consultant on DEI for companies for 10 plus years. And what she
This is what I be talking about all the time, y'all. They have, it's, bro. A lot of times they don't even be knowing what they talking about. I'm not even gonna lie. They don't know what they be talking about. And it started argument right now. Between them because they don't even.
She's a consultant on DEI for
is
companies for 10 plus years, and what she's saying is, regardless
Blind
of the
hiring the opposite of DEI.
No, that's not true.
The results, just for
But you
anyone
cannot
listening
mention-
still, the results of this are saying that there were people there that needed help with the diversity, the equity, the inclusion, bringing people on. The pay disparity still exists. They aren't getting the job. So not every critic of DEI, which I am one of them, says that it can't do better.
DEI programs make sure that the most qualified candidates, traditionally excluded from opportunity, are given the chance to compete. So this notion somehow that blind hiring could work, I think that's
wouldn't
something.
it take the
but it's not
race
about
or identity out of
but
it,
it's
and it would
not
be purely based on what you put forward?
But it's not about merit because the people could work. I think that's
But wouldn't
something.
it take the
but it's not
race
about
or identity out of
but
it,
it's
and it would
not
be purely based on what you put forward?
But it's not about merit because the people that are in these DEI programs are already the best of the best.
But she's saying that companies end up doing tokenism rather than helping by the way they approach DEI.
I think that's funny,
corporate
bro.
America be like, lean into the fact that you're an Arab American. I don't ever want somebody to be able to look at me and say you were a DEI hire.
Because Donald Trump is now the president and has gotten rid of DEI in government and is coming down on corporations to do the same, are getting rid of DEI. So we're going to see within the next 6 months, within the next year, if there are less people of color or more or the same.
See, that's the thing, y'all. This is my whole thing when it comes down to it. The reason on why, obviously, y'all know the reason on why Kamala lost by a landslide, bro. But my thing is, this is exactly why the Democratic Party is the way that it is. Obviously, y'all see that it is literally. And the funny thing is with it, that I find it hilarious, is that when I see these different things, they always arguing within each other because of how bad it is right now. They see how bad it is right now. One thing that, that I absolutely see now is that it's all about color when it comes to, especially these women. But that's all that it's mainly about is color. And there's more. Let me tell y'all something. Even though I hate it, and when it comes to when they talking about race this, race, when they talking about, my thing is that there's way more that you can possibly talk about and they can possibly talk about to fix the problems within their own party. There's a lot of things that they can do, but they don't. They choose to bash Trump administration, talk about anything that Trump is failing at, and they say that he's failing at, which he's not at all. He's doing everything since he stepped foot, in the White House. My thing is that they never once ever since I've been covering The View, never once ever said anything that Kamala nor Joe Biden has messed up on. Nothing at all. They haven't said anything that Biden or Kamala has messed up on. Everything has been, let me bash Trump. Let me talk crazy about Trump. Let me say something about Elon Musk. Let me throw color in there. Oh, Trump is the R word. This, that, and that. That's all they're doing. That's not doing nothing for nobody. And people are starting to understand that because you have people like myself. You have people, big shout outs to OK Rick. OK Rick, I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of y'all be saying OK Rick in my comments and on, Rennie's comments. I ain't gonna lie, that dude, I definitely gotta say, big shout outs to him. He definitely check up on me and let me know, what's going on. And I definitely gotta give big shout outs to OK Rick. If y'all don't know OK Rick, make sure y'all go check him out. Definitely a lit person. I think he's leaving to go out of town Monday. I ain't gonna put his business out there where he going. I don't know if it's a surprise, but big shout outs to him. He definitely deserved it, him and his girl. But one thing about it, I'm not even gonna lie, like I said myself, you having a person, OK Rick, we covered Benny Johnson, I'm seeing A-Dog, it's a lot of, YouTubers that's out there that's really, spreading out, what's going on, what's really going on, and big shout outs to my girl, she's just now, getting in with these videos and trying to get better. So I definitely appreciate y'all if y'all can just, cool down. She's trying to get, used to the camera a little bit more and speaking into the mic. But I feel like it's definitely, amazing. It's definitely amazing because people are starting to understand and realize what's really going on. And it's definitely important. It definitely is important. But I do want to say, let me know y'all comments, thoughts down below on this. Me personally, I just look at the fact that, regardless of what you want to do in life, don't let anybody ever, don't look so much of, regardless, of the color, you going in here. One thing about it, we believe red. You know what I mean? We all human at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. And being an American, it's amazing. You know what I mean? And one thing about it, I absolutely love that we actually have somebody in office right now with an amazing administration I'm seeing every day, that's doing their best to clean up what was totally messed up. They sit there and blame Trump. You heard Anna talk about Trump has been in there in a month, and they always, say he's in there 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and he's already destroying, and he's doing this and doing that. He's not at all. He's not doing nothing but fixing all the things that they didn't talk about when Joe Biden and Kamala messed up plenty. Definitely make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully this video definitely uploads. Been having trouble with uploads, having trouble with views and all of that. I don't know what's going on within YouTube, but I don't know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Catch y'all next one.